Mm-hmm.
Well,
What?
we live, bro.
Deer in
We
headlights.
live?
Yeah, bro. Golly.
Oh, what up? Welcome back to another episode of Cultivated Ignorance. I am Will, the hostess with the mostest. Down on the other end, we got Mike
Oh, I can't even say my own name. What? Okay.
with
go
the
ahead.
rabies bite.
With the rabies bite? You know, go ahead, man.
So we're back with another episode. We want to thank you for joining us as always.
Thank y'all.
This week, super special. Normally we have one guest.
Nah,
This week, we increased that thing to three.
got 3 fines, I guess.
Five beautiful black women. Right here, to my right, we got Miss Veronica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You not gonna say nothing? You just gonna look.
Right next to her, smack dab in the middle, we got Miss Jazz.
Hey.
Mike, you got the other one. She down all the way down there. But she
The chocolatey, the curly haired Cicely, that's what we're talking about right now? That's what we're talking
Cicely?
You guys
Yeah.
are so sweet.
the beautiful Miss Cicely.
about?
I was about to say your full government, but I was
It's in the flyer, like,
The whole thing? Yes.
not the whole thing.
No, it's not. Okay.
You want me to tell
I
people?
had to do it. No, it's not necessary. How y'all doing?
This week, Mike named this episode. Says
It was a collaborative effort.
this week's episode is named "What Do Women Want?"
Black. He's got a black.
Oh yeah, what do black women want? That's what he said.
difficult.
He said black women.
So impressive.
So this episode, we're going to be talking about love, relationships, sex, a bunch of different things.
What did you get
Oh my
right?
goodness.
My mom might be watching, so I got it.
After all the stuff we did on this show, now you worry about your mom was watching.
You should say the birds and the bees if your mom is watching.
Okay.
She gonna be watch out.
Watch out.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about all those things this week, and we decided to have a panel of women this time, just so we don't sound like some stupid guys talking about something we don't know nothing about.
Basically.
All right.
So
Okay. Representation.
yeah. So join us, learn with us. I'm gonna knock out these intros. Mike doesn't have his little pitiful church announcements this week.
Whoa.
Um,
Some of the announcements about announce black stuff going on, like black events to promote black culture so we can get more spaces that we can control ourselves, not leave it to the man. Is that what you're talking about?
yes, those pitiful.
Okay,
events.
all right.
No, you didn't.
Just so we're clear.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Stood firm in that, all that wrongness. Yeah. Double down. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you got to. So I'm going to give each of these beautiful ladies a beautiful introduction written by the loser, Michael Murray.
This guy's the worst.
So right here, Miss Veronica. Am I supposed to say last names? All right. Right here, Veronica.
Yeah, I'm Veronica.
All right. Veronica is an exuberant, being always full of laughter, excitement, and unpredictability. This mother, hairstylist, and master chef is known for her crazy sense of humor and outrageous stories, as well as her super kind heart and one dimpled smile. Welcome, Miss Veronica Brady.
Thank you. That was great.
Next to her, we have beautiful Miss Jasmine B. Gant. She is a sex-positive, cisgender black woman who juggles her love for health education with habitualism fighting. Again.
Habitualism. Like racism, classism,
Oh,
sexism,
there you go.
sexism, ism fighting.
There you go.
Okay.
That's not right.
Okay.
She's a radiant lady of Zeta Sigma Chi, multicultural Chi. Sorry,
It's
I'm
okay.
bad at this.
I got you.
Multicultural sorority Inc. and a proud alumna of the real USC. Go Cox.
Yes.
She's a firm believer in not yucking somebody else's yums and defining and living your best life on your own terms.
Thank you.
Miss Jasmine. Cicely Gasson. Cicely ain't Gasson. Cicely is a bubbly and free-spirited individual who makes sure she lives life to the fullest. She's earned her bachelor's degree from Limestone University in social work and is currently working towards her master's. She's been in a long-term committed relationship for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know about the 8 because
I was gonna say I
We
saw
didn't
7 to
know
8 on the
he
thing. I was like, does no one
we
really
didn't
know?
he really existed. and her witty attitude will definitely add to this discussion we're going to be having today.
Absolutely.
So we want to thank all of our lovely ladies for joining. Well, all of the lovely ladies. We're not being possessive, okay? So,
Appreciate
yeah. So, today we're kind of like just talking about relationships and kind of dismantling misconceptions that men and women may have. Because there's a lot out there, especially, while you're dating and things like that. So, a couple of questions we want to ask you. How do y'all feel about men communicating these days? Like, are communication skills lacking?
Are we
There
trash?
aren't any communication skills.
Why would you say that?
Because, like, if somebody got to, keep sticking you with a pen to get you to just answer something that's so simple, and then you would thought it was a no-brainer, but it's just like, apparently, you're going to have to pull it out of them, whatever you're trying to get out.
Well, what's an example?
I mean, I can't give an example.
Like, how was your day? Good. Oh, okay.
What am I supposed to do with that?
What did you do today? I went to work. I know. I'm aware.
I know. You have a job.
I know you said work.
What you do? Any conversation? We want to know.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know, like basic
Yeah.
things, like a conversation that goes back and forth. It's helpful.
I think it's men and women are just wired differently, because we love to talk, and
Yeah,
men
good,
don't like to talk like that, and that's fine. But you also have to be able to meet your woman's needs, or just put forth a little bit of effort. Because normally, if you give us a little bit, we can just run with it. We just, just a little bit.
Mhm.
But I will say, compared to, being younger and dating compared to now, the biggest thing that I have is I will be upfront and concise. And then you get that text message, what you mean? You guys ever been there? Like, what do you mean? What do I mean? I literally just told you everything that I meant.
I don't know how to break this down any further.
It is infuriating.
Are you talking about people who don't know how to read text though? Like that's just like so dense. Like they take what your text like literally, or not even literally. Like, they just misconstrue.
No, it
in
just
their
go
brain.
over their head.
I don't know.
And you thought you gave all the details that you could give.
Yes.
I'm very, I like to paint a picture. So if I'm talking, I'm going to give you every detail. I might even tell you who was standing behind me and
That's
everything.
something I can't do.
And, and then I'm going to tell you, if I tell you I'm going to meet you somewhere, I'm going to keep getting on your nerves until I know exactly where you are on the instant, because I just have the GPS in my mind.
Oh,
All
Lord.
right, they're passing this.
Oh.
But they might just like, I'm on the way, but then they're on the way might be, they're still in the house.
Mhm.
And you're like, no, just tell me, where are you? Like,
You
why
gotta
are
know the
you
exact location. About that?
I do. No, and I ain't saying that all the time. I'm just saying if I'm meeting you out somewhere.
That's just the example.
Like, you somehow I get you on the way coming over here.
Bro,
I text
okay.
you 50 times before I got here, because
I
I'm
just
just letting you
stopped
know, because I didn't want you to think that I wasn't on the way, and then like, having you wondering, all right, well, she said she on the way. That could have been leaving out of my house. So that's why I was giving you. I was giving you exact minutes I was away, because I put it on GPS. I'm 13 minutes away.
As far as me and you go, for future reference, you ain't gotta do all that.
I'm extra. I got to.
I just started responding. I was like, okay, she's gonna get here. Sooner or later.
Yeah, I ain't want y'all to be like, damn, this girl, where she at? I ain't had no update, nothing. It's almost time, So I
You didn't
let
give
you
an
know.
update. You was like running behind in traffic, blah blah blah, and that's all I needed to know. We were still trying to set up. Yeah, you ain't gotta give me posted.
So as far as like when y'all are like in a relationship and you ask, or there's something going on in y'all's relationship, let's say y'all having a fight for whatever reason, do you feel like the man also refuses to release information about what's upsetting him? Or
Well, you know, go ahead, Cicely, go ahead.
Well, it's so funny. One of my ex-boyfriends, I remember we used to get into arguments all the time about just stupid stuff that he would be doing towards me. And then sometimes I'm just one of them people, if I get upset, sometimes I might need a day or two to get what I need to say, so that way it can be delivered. Because if I deliver the same day as my anger, I'm just going in for the kill. Like, I'm just gonna let the wound
Going in for the
heal
kill.
a little bit, then I'm gonna play with it, then I'm gonna stab it again, and then I'm gonna ask you how you doing tomorrow. Like, I ain't just told you off, because I know that if you're still mad at me about something I told you off yesterday, it's life changing. You had to sit there and think about it to still be mad. So, so I need a few days when I get upset about certain topics, and then I want to come back to it after I know I cooled down. So that way you can take what I'm telling you as, not as an attack. You take it as, okay, we're going to work on this or whatever. So his response to me was, that shit, oh, I don't want to talk about it. If that shit happened last week, then we don't need to talk about it. So you know what my exact words to him that day was? I just want you to remember this exact day. And when you remember this exact day, I want you to remember when we crumble, we crumble. Now, when them little crumbles fall apart, they ain't gonna be able to get put back together. So fall apart, talk to work things out, and you choose to not have a conversation. So therefore, if something happen, and lo and behold, 3-4 months later, we get ready to break up. And he told me when I see how you do, your relationships don't work out because you like to run. I said, no, you remember 3 months ago when we was talking and I told you, this is that day. So we crumbled and these pieces ain't come back together. So that was just it. And so, you know, he was upset with me. So he had nothing else to say because I had my receipts, like you said. Like, don't play with me. Because I should have wrote down the date. You know, I could have been more exact because I'm just petty like that. You know, but you know,
So what about you, Cicely? You seem to laugh.
Yeah, you know that Kiki.
Well, when it comes to arguments inside of relationships, I probably am not the best communicator.
Why's that?
I process things a little bit differently. So kind of like what Veronica says, like sometimes I need a minute to play it in my head, but mostly it's because I get over stuff real quick. But I also understand that a lot of people don't do that.
don't get over stuff.
So instead of
Are you telling her not to?
No.
and my mouth
You
is
fight for
horrible.
what you stand for.
Yeah, like so I don't want to just, you know, be acting out of a malicious heart or something just because I'm real mad right there. So a lot of times I'll just be quiet. Like I won't say anything. I'm not answering the
I
phone
can't be
calls. I'm not
quiet.
returning the text messages.
We know that.
So I'm not the best communicator when it comes to things like that. It is something that I'm working on though.
All right,
I
bro.
will say
Well,
that.
as long as you know you're working.
What would you say, Jazz? Do you think men communicate effectively when they're upset about something?
No. I mean, as a society, that's how we're conditioning our men anyways, to either show their anger through force, violence, or by shutting down and being stoic. Men are praised for having that. I'm just gonna be strong and hold this all in and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Get that heart attack at age 30.
Exactly.
years old.
Yeah. So no, not really. Not really.
Me and Will are very emotional.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
What do you do, Mike?
what I do when I'm upset,
Yes, what do you do?
I like talking, so I'm fine with talking. I
You're
don't
an
like-
anomaly.
Yeah.
You're an anomaly.
Both of you guys are though. Like both of you guys are.
Well, we have a relative circle of. Would you say about our circle? We did pretty good with stuff like that.
William, you are very good at expressing yourself. I don't know what you're talking about.
In these last 4 years, boy, I tell you, I just lock it up.
Me and Will, like I'm happy, I'm blessed. Like me and Will be having like really
Yeah, I
good,
talk
like,
Mike.
hearts and stuff,
Yeah.
and like we say like a lot of just straight up stuff.
Oftentimes, the person I have the problem with, I don't communicate very well with.
Oh, yeah.
I figure it out in my head how I'm gonna proceed, and then
And then you just don't tell anybody. You
I
just
think
do
it bothers me if I just
sometimes
don't
I'll
talk
bring it
about
up, but sometimes
how
I
I
won't.
feel. If I just can't tell you how I feel when I feel it, if I feel like I don't have that connection or that bond with him, me and him just ain't gonna work out. Because I feel like if a man ignoring my feelings on something that made me feel down or something that I might have needed him to be there for me for, and he's like, she looks sad about anybody else, so what's going on?
No, I don't think you're saying
I
that.
should stab him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we're saying that. I'm
I'm
talking
saying
about
stab reference
specifically
you made.
men. The way men
It's a
I'm
communicate.
just like,
When
why
they
would you
communicate
not?
themselves.
Why would you not ask? You see your lady down and you don't ask her. You just like, oh well.
Probably because
Another
half the time
day.
they gonna think we're gonna say nothing, and then they gonna ask us 3 or 4 times, and we're like, eh.
Or they're
Well,
not ready
he
for
better
the
keep asking
response
me.
and how to handle
He
it.
better act
how
like
to care for
he
us.
cares.
Yeah, because I'll be like that. I'll say nothing and still look at you like I got an attitude. So I get it. I get it.
Yes, all about to do. That's. I see it getting better. I see it being promoted more for men to open up a lot more, so to be a lot more, sensitive to the feelings of everything, especially their homeboys and stuff. I see because men have always allowed men to be like sad in certain circumstances, like if your best friend died or something, or like something happened with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like day-to-day sadness, like yeah, you're right. It's very hard for men to come out, but I see it getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I got hope. I got faith.
I got some evidence at home. Yeah.
Hey, are we going to the next game?
Yeah, Mike, ask away, brother.
Are we going back and forth with the thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, whatever. All right. So as far as first dates, I know we got 2 ladies in relationships. Veronica be out here just playing.
I love to eat, so I go to
Exactly.
anybody.
I used to do some 4 and everything.
Nah, I ain't eat
No,
that.
I can pay my own.
He tried it.
You know I ain't eat it. The only thing I eat from Wendy's is baked potato.
And I'll get you that all day, bro.
All right, but you're holding to it now.
Okay.
No.
All right, what about first dates?
As far as first dates, man, what are the most common things men do wrong on first dates? Like, what do we like mess up out the gate?
I haven't been
What
on
did
a
y'all
first
not
date,
mess up?
and I don't know how.
Yeah,
I
the
used to
description
be
says 7 to 8 years, so.
I used to be. Oh, sorry. I used to be a serial first dater.
Okay.
Oh, that was your jam?
Habitual. Just
Yeah.
all
What
the
was
time.
like the common like mistakes dudes?
Thinking too hard or trying too hard to impress me when really I just rather much prefer you to be you.
Yeah.
So you can
That's
see
it.
right through the front and everything.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why anybody would feel like they can keep that up forever. Like, how long are you going?
I mean, you should at least keep it up for a first date, though.
Apparently
But
not.
why are you
Well-
keeping it up for the first date? Because I'm still going to have to find out who you are at some
Well,
point.
no, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, I'm just saying, like,
Well, when
You
I
talking
meet
about
somebody,
first date?
I'm always myself on day one because I don't want them to find out later I'm crazy or I'm real extra. I let them know on the first date I'm crazy. So, and I tell them that they're gonna have a good relationship with me as long as they know how to treat me. If they cross me, I'll say my prayers for them before they go to sleep. You know, because
Why
they
not?
gonna need them.
Why you gotta tell you?
Cause I'm just. Cause
I'm
you just
I'm
can't be
crazy.
dating people and you don't tell them they're crazy. Like they need to know you crazy.
You
So
don't
when
have
they
to tell
see
them
Are
you
you
pop
faulting
off,
her for being honest?
I'm not at all.
I mean, some people,
I'm asking why.
some people will hide their crazy for a whole 6 months or a year, and then
That
you be
is
like,
true.
"Whoa!"
That is so
So
true.
Only reason I
I don't
asked-
leave no guest room. I'm just gonna put it on the table.
I feel you. The only reason I asked you specifically is because you will let your whole self out in any situation. Since day one I met you, I moved the whole Veronica out the gate. So like, I just don't think you have to if you didn't want to tell somebody that you're crazy.
But you know one reason why? Well, no,
Because
you
it's very obvious.
you have to let them know. But like,
Okay.
I will say, like, when I used to date in the past, like this one guy, he was very quiet, and so when I would be with my friends, you know, they would all be on the floor in tears, crying, laughing at me because I'm always doing something crazy or extra, and he would just always be like, "Why would you do that? Why would you say that?" So when I come around here, I'm just like, this is boring.
Yeah.
You know, and so after that relationship, that was like in high school. After that relationship, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna be. If I want to be crazy every day, I'm just gonna be crazy the day you meet me. And like, I ain't saying like psycho crazy because that comes later if they do stuff to me.
It's warranted crazy.
Yeah, it's just I just like to laugh and have fun. So that's why I'm just like. I don't want somebody that's gonna make me have to. I got to shadow my personality just because
Yeah.
I'm around them, kind of thing. So ever since then, I just been so open
Absolutely.
with everybody. Like, you know, it don't care what we doing. I'm just gonna be me. You don't like me, that's fine. Because guess what? You don't like it because I'm laughing. Because I'm gonna laugh every day.
This is very
Like that's just me.
So when you were serial first dating, what was the worst date you've been on?
Ooh.
The worst date?
Just pull his thing out right on the table.
Bro, I'm sure it's-
I hope
So
not. Probably.
I had this person that was later than me to the date, and if you are later than me, you late because I'm better now. That inspired me to be on time to things. But he was later than me, and then when I got up to leave after getting the first drink, he had an issue with it. It's like, I've already been waiting, so I might as well just get this drink and go. But he just didn't understand that. I would have been fine if he would have hit me up and communicated, hey, I'm running late or something, but just don't show up all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Like, everything fine.
Like he was expecting
How late
us
was
to
it?
be here.
Just terrible. Just outrageously like.
Was it more
You
than
didn't
30
even care.
minutes?
Had to be, because I was more than 30 minutes late.
This man was at least an hour late.
But what if he came, right, and he saw that you weren't there?
He didn't.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
What
Nope.
you
If you would have
should've
said
did
that, I
was,
would
like,
have
been at the
had
bar with
some.
another
So he
dude.
should have lied. See,
Ah.
he should have lied. Like, man, you know, stuck in the
Hey
parking
man,
lot.
my elephant died. I had to go bury
Yeah,
it.
man, my
real
mama
quick.
just went to Richmond
My
morning,
elephant
man.
Will
Can't
is
drop
up.
my cousin off because, you know, my mom can't be up there by
Cousin got released
herself.
from jail. We had to go party for him.
I'm terrible about being late.
Bro,
Anything.
Will is dope, except for movies. We'll be on time for a movie every day, all day. Everything else.
And I mean, I try to be on time for dates. I gotta try and generate good results.
Yeah.
Good result.
Yeah.
A job interview or something. All right, man. Next, you do the next one.
Yeah. All right. So we had a episode a little while back. What, October somewhere
I don't know
around there, and we were talking about cuffing season.
Oh yeah.
Term cuffing season. Yeah. Cicely's been cuffed for years now.
She didn't do it right.
Multiple
She got
seasons.
she got locked down.
But do women really believe in cuffing season? Like, and how does it play out for y'all?
It's science. It's real for everybody.
I was gonna say, like, what do you mean?
Well, do y'all? I guess I think what we was talking about was, do women intentionally only cuff for cuffing season and then plan to let the dude go
Are
later?
we,
we define
are
cuffing
we
season.
allowing ourselves to?
We define cuffing season as like the winterish months,
Yeah.
coldish
Yeah.
months. Okay.
Times you want to
Like,
cuddle.
do y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all only
No,
get to do the like?
I honestly, like, if I get into a relationship like right around this time or a couple months back or so, I'm not getting into it for it to be over with after a certain time. Now, if I know this nigga ain't got nothing going on in his life at all, period, he already had the expiration date before he had got in the picture. So, you know, so it ain't matter what time of the year it was, he was gonna be gone anyway, because you just certain type of people, you just don't be wanting them in your energy and your space.
Yes.
And you know they ain't doing it. And then me, I be egging niggas on, and they be like, yeah, cause you know, this is what this dude told me. He said, yeah, cause I'm about to go sign my rights over for my kids.
Oh,
So I don't have to take care of them no more or be in their
Yo,
life in their
what
couch.
kind
And look, me, I'm
I'm
like,
free.
I'm about to have all the
I
free time.
understand. I'm like, yeah, I understand you, but and I'm just studying asking him more questions. Yeah, I'm gonna quit my job next week. Oh,
What?
okay.
Hold on, what is that?
Yeah.
What was I supposed to do for you?
He just kept being honest. So me, if I talk
there
to
you
a
go.
guy,
See,
I just act like I encouraging the things that they do,
Yeah.
so they can keep telling me more stupid
Oh, yeah,
stuff,
you
and
quit
then
your
you just
job.
cut them off.
We can have sex all the time.
I'm gonna be free whenever, y'all. Anyway.
I'm gonna wait in the bed.
But that's what he does best.
But you,
It has
That
to
is
be.
very
That's
true.
the only thing he has
That
going
is
on.
very
true. I ain't gonna lie. he was bomb as fuck though.
I'll
But
never-
that's why I cut him off, because I knew I was going to end up being his baby mama, and he couldn't be my baby daddy.
He gonna sign over.
So
the
I
contract.
had to just go ahead and end this shit.
I've heard many women tell me like the best thing they've had is like jobless dick.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's working.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Them niggas ain't
He was
working that
amazing.
out.
They just in the bed, just trying to sit with a pillow and just waiting for them to get back. Y'all- well, I know y'all are in a relationship now, but before, did y'all purposely look for dudes just to cuff with cuffing season and then plan to like let them go later once things got warm?
I don't think
No, that's not.
I don't think women do that. That's just some fuckboy shit.
And first of all,
That's some
I
fuckboy
didn't
shit.
even know about cuffing season until I was like 20 years old. Like it wasn't something we talked
So
about.
you
in
learned to
high
boot
school.
up on it.
Yeah.
So are you in a relationship too?
I am now, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm the only person single.
No, but that's why we need you. That's exactly why we need you.
I'm crazy.
Look, you the city's
I might be single forever.
When I was single, it wasn't like, oh, it's cold, let me get in a relationship. It's just that's just kind of how it works out. And here comes spring, and it's time for growth and renewal. And if someone's not fitting you in your life and what you need to do to grow and prosper, then they're gonna go.
Absolutely.
So it's not like we're doing it on purpose. That's just the seasons are gonna change.
I like that, Josh.
I think there is some people
You
that do it
like
on
that?
purpose, but I think y'all are sincere.
Raggedy bitches.
I
Looking for a gift.
was going to say, I need presents.
Looking for a
I didn't
gift.
bring that.
Or they just need to be invited over for the holidays.
They want some food.
Bruh,
They just
They
need
wanna
to stun on their family.
that's when you know where you stand.
They got a man.
So on the side note,
I ain't coming to
if y'all
Christmas
have
presents.
like a person y'all are cuffing for the
Stop. I'm sorry.
We don't cuff people for the season.
Okay,
We in it for the long haul, but they ain't shit. We
We'll
gonna drop.
allow you to cuff us.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yes. So cuffing season begins October-ish, whatever.
Oh my god, he got a date.
Okay.
Well, define the thing to a science. I ain't know nothing.
Okay, so this year, cuffing season began in October because Insecure was over. That was the end of the summer.
Oh, I love you.
Is that how we're marking it now?
Oh my God.
But anyways, do y'all expect the person that y'all are with for that short period of time to exchange gifts with y'all on Christmas? This is just a curious question.
If I'm
That's a
putting
good
in the
question.
same effort, you gonna put in the same effort.
Yeah.
So you would love
If
him.
I'm spending money on him, he needs to be spending money on me.
So it's
that-
something needs to be
It doesn't
talked
matter.
about beforehand.
I was that's all
Yeah.
I
It's not like established like.
I mean, yeah,
when
well,
you're
we
like,
talk
you're-
about
Say, oh, you gonna buy me this? Oh, I need this. Oh, nigga. Oh, well, I need this too. And if we both give a okay,
Well, I already
It
got my
needs to be
Christmas
reciprocal.
gifts.
But if you're gonna be like, oh, well, then I'll get the same response for you when you said you
Not all.
Well, that's what Will was asking. Like, this is just assume that y'all gonna go ahead and do it, or is that actually the discussion that y'all bring up?
If you're starting dating in October, you should have that discussion because it is really soon.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably talk about it. Like, what do you expect? Because I'm not assuming makes an ass out of you and me. I'm not here for that.
This is very true.
Mm.
And then even if y'all didn't discuss gifts, sometimes it's just a thought that counts. Nobody said you had to go break the bank.
Yeah.
No,
Just
like
something
dinner or
thoughtful.
Yeah, do something sweet.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
something simple. Just as long as you had thought about me, like don't be like trying to be in my face and stuff, and then
Right.
like we just
No
sitting here
homework.
chilling. You ain't got no plans.
Oh, that's true. The unmarked.
You better be making some plans up for me.
Okay.
Oh,
We
right.
know
It
you
was
cut
free
people.
plans.
We know you
Yeah,
cut.
so they say clean for free. Yeah. It's just the
It
effort.
was just something that you just actually thought of being creative. I love creative men. Like they can just make a date out of not even spending a dime. Like you better do it every time. Now, I'm just saying,
No,
you know,
no.
I take throw that.
No, you said
Let
that.
it in the living room, babe.
Let it be known,
But no.
Veronica likes free dates.
No, I don't, because I like to eat, and so any man that don't feed me, I'm just gonna dump him off back. Like that's a deal breaker
My
for
sister
me.
got the same philosophy.
That's a deal breaker
Oh,
for
for
me.
real.
That is such a deal breaker.
Yo,
You
not
don't
gonna
feed
eat.
me.
You have to eat at some point in the relationship.
No, absolutely.
I need to eat every time I see him.
Dang. You can't eat before
No,
you get there.
No.
Because even if I have a snack or eat before, by the time
I
we're
mean,
done,
it could just be a smoothie or some fruit.
Let me- all right.
Yeah, I
Then we
need
gotta
to
move on.
eat.
Oh, okay.
Real
You'll be hangry if not.
But do y'all? So y'all would take him on a date sometimes to eat too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
For his birthday.
I feel like y'all almost spit your water out of him.
I think I
For
might
his
be,
birthday.
I might be a
For his
little different
birthday.
on that stance because I'm one of those feminists that believes that
Yeah.
if you don't, I don't think it's fair for you to expect me to be the one in the house cooking and cleaning. So how can I put that same expectation on you to be the one to pay for everything?
Absolutely.
So no, that's not cool.
But if you pay, I tip. If I pay, you tip.
Yes.
That is-
Okay. That's the only stipulation. I don't think anybody should have to do all of both.
Yes.
Because when we go out to eat, that's normally $100 check. Because I'm drinking at least.
they're having a good
Water.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope,
Because we don't do it
just
all the
qualify.
time. We don't do it all the time. But when we do
Flag
it,
on the
it's
plate.
right.
Red card.
Stop playing.
You shouldn't have to pay $130 for dinner. Just
That's a lot of money for every time you go out to eat. Okay, that's what you want. Okay. Hey, Tobias, I hope you still watching, baby.
My lunch got $15.
Stop blowing check, baby.
You gotta make that money that you
What
gotta
I
eat.
eat and eat costs more, right?
That's what you gotta do.
No.
No, I'm just playing.
You got a little balance.
I'm just playing.
You got a spectrum.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask y'all a question.
Ooh.
Now we get into the sexy stuff.
Oh.
Sexual question.
It did get a little hot,
Hey,
didn't it?
hey,
It was already hot.
Hey, but this dog shit right here.
Get
Get ready. Get ready.
What's the
I'm
question,
doing weird
Mike?
shit in the background now.
There's like a
Alright.
little window.
So let me ask y'all. If y'all were, speaking of y'all all being single, right? If men were more forthcoming about approaching you, only wanting sex, nothing extra, is it more likely that they would get it versus them lying and treating you sweet nothings and having sex and then skedaddling?
Okay, so if a man,
If he was like, yo, you fine as hell, I want your butt.
yeah.
Let's go. Let's go
Nothing
pop this thing
First of
off.
all,
Pop this thing off.
if a man can do that, have the confidence to come up to someone and do that, that means 8 times out of 10, I hope that game's good. And if that game is good, then the next thing I need from you is a bill of health,
There you go.
and then we can go.
Okay.
That's
All right.
fine.
That sounds boring.
Cosign.
Sounds like
hold on, so-
bill of health.
So you need like some kind of proof that it's good?
Receipts.
Yeah, because if we're not dating, if I'm not going to get to know you and find out if you clean or not, then I need.
No, I'm not talking about the cleanliness. I'm talking about,
That's
like, you
true.
said 8 out of 10.
Like a card laminated in the wall.
That'd be great, but it needs to be refreshed like every 2
Certified
months.
dick.
But say your question again.
You said that 8 out of 10 it needs to be good, right?
Well, I'm assuming the fact that you have the confidence to come up and approach me and ask just for that it better.
Oh, you better not have that much confidence
Oh.
and you ain't about to.
What happens?
You know what I'm saying?
happens
Right.
And
Ow.
that shit.
But so
Oh, I don't want nobody.
so if I'm getting and leaving, I'm assuming my shit's good because I ain't never gonna talk to you again.
So now that's
I'm
what
not
it is.
saying
Okay.
You know
I'm
something
not
best we
slinging
can
the
do?
ball. Hey, boy, you did that thing.
Well, then I need you to know that I have no filter and I'm going to absolutely tell you about yourself and probably tell everybody that I meet. Because I have no time.
Yes,
You just
warn
wanted
us,
to
warn
fuck.
us,
So
warn
then that
us.
means that I don't have to respect your feelings.
You gonna use their name though if you tell them?
Absolutely.
Is that
It needs
necessary?
to be
Yes.
out there.
Michael
If
Anthony
that
Murray
put
came
yourself
out
out
with
there.
that.
Waste your time. You know what I'm saying?
It's a public service
Hey,
announcement.
boy.
That's what I
We're
was
looking out for other people.
Oh, it's a group text announcement.
And that is true though. So I guess you out there
I
like
have
that.
no,
You gotta
you put
pick
in
it back and
more
forth.
effort, none of that, so you don't get the respect of me not hurting your ego.
But what? Okay, do you give him like a second chance? 'Cause
No,
some-
God no.
Let's just say
I went out on a limb the first time.
There's
I'm
no
just
follow
coming
up to
up
that
here.
question. There's no condition. There's no justifying. No.
Listen, okay, hypothetically speaking, well, like some people have off nights sometimes. You know what
Well,
I'm
then you
saying?
shouldn't have confronted me that night.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about that particular night. I'm saying chances are, if a dude confronts you, you might not have sex the same night. I'm saying if a dude confronts you, say, "Hey, I'm gonna start something with you, friends with benefits, whatever." Y'all finally get together, and you just have a bad night.
Well,
Where's the business?
I answered it.
We friends.
Look, I answered it. I'll say, like, let's say I was dating a guy and I got to know him for who he was for some time. And then if he had an off game, then I'd be like, you know what? I like him so much that I'm going to allow him to clean up his mess from the last time. Now, if he don't come through that time,
Okay,
I got
second-
to
I can't vouch for
extreme
second
like
time.
him for the third time. Now, he don't come through on the third time. They ain't too many to make it to that third round. But like, if he ain't come through on that,
No, we
I'm
just-
sorry, I'm done. Like,
No, we
doing
just
it
talking
again.
about him trying to smash, and he said that from the giddy up.
No, if he's saying that from the giddy up, no.
Then
One
that
and
means
done.
that means that you come in right or don't come at all. It's that simple because nobody told you to come up here and ask for it.
Nobody told you to come over here.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
come here and play with it.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
nobody.
Well, not your
I
fault.
was minding my business, enjoying my day.
But y'all would appreciate what y'all saying is y'all would appreciate the honesty though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honesty.
I'm happy that y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, men, some men, if they actually just be honest half the time,
Right.
then half the time they wouldn't even be in some of the drama that they're in.
That is
Like,
so
Absolutely.
true.
don't tell me that you ain't with nobody and then later
Right.
I find out you is with somebody because then I'm gonna go bizarre on you. But like if you had told me, you know,
And they're gonna be looking at you like you crazy. Like, why are you
Exactly.
acting crazy?
But-
I was just about to say that.
but then like I'm like this, if you had already told me like I'm single, you single, I see other people. Okay, cool.
At
That's
least I know
that's
what
fine.
it is.
And you know, you just let me know when you and this person when you get serious, and I fall back, or either you gonna cut her off and then you gonna be mine. You know, whichever one it is. But like,
Right.
you wouldn't have all these problems. But now since you had lied, I'm just gonna give you the crazy woman act because that's what you had wanted because you ain't told me.
And then they keep lying to cover up the lie.
And don't
And
lie
they
because
forget
I
the
would
lie that they
contact her.
told.
I would contact her. I would find her mutual friends, and then I would find
What
mutual
was-
friend of
what
that
was
mutual
it?
friend, and then get them to ask some questions. Then we'll follow you off. I'll unfriend one of my homegirls and then have her follow that person. So, you know, we gonna find
Chill out,
out.
chill
She
out,
knows what
chill
she
out,
gonna
chill out.
know.
We gonna find out.
It's out there.
We gonna find
They're writing
out.
notes right
So
now.
don't lie. Then I'm gonna come back with the receipt.
Fake, yeah.
She up here thinking about
Cash out
somebody
the
that
bag.
actually did this to
Oh,
her.
God.
Bro, that's what Veronica do. She made the whole situation in her brain. So this is what I would do if it happened for real.
Yes.
You got to know. We gotta have A and B and C plans.
Oh God, I always want her on the team.
Go ahead. Bro.
God damn it.
That's what we put y'all
We need
together.
that
man.
friend.
We
So
love
let
y'all.
it be known if y'all out here just trying to smash.
Oh.
Just be upfront and honest, and you might get better results than lying.
No, Mike, you would.
Yeah.
Oh, well, would.
None of us wants our time wasted.
I know. I don't have time.
Well, yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
We're getting too old for that.
I ain't
Try it,
for real.
though.
I ain't got
Y'all
time
getting
anymore.
it.
And the worst is gonna be a slap in the face. So
And that's fine. You
And
can
the worst,
take that, keep it
you'll
moving.
live.
Okay.
They haven't got turned down before.
Go ahead. Well, that's at the bottom. At the end of the day, no is not a bad word. Like you be alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Chauncey.
all right, so now we get to the sexy portion.
That was a second person. Okay.
I know, right?
That's gonna get
Well, that
hard.
started to say that was light sexy.
That's like sexy.
Yeah, that was light
It
sexy.
was
Now we get
mild.
into key
Now
sweat.
foreplay. Now we penetrate.
Oh,
Jesus!
Okay.
You had to hold your stomach when I said.
No, my belly ring got caught.
Oh my God.
Oh
All right, so are women more aggressive and demanding than men when it comes to sexual expectations? And this question is comes from me and Mike talking about like sometimes you know how dudes want it all the time.
Women
Sometimes
want it all the time too, though.
okay.
That part.
So we're talking about like when dudes get turned down and girls say I'm tired or this, that, and the third, whatever the reason. We're supposed to just take it. You know what I mean? We're supposed to just
You should listen to that note.
We're supposed to
Yes.
accept it. Okay?
You should accept it. Yes.
Yes.
Or she can be a dead fish. can just lay there.
I was
No,
gonna.
see that?
Somebody want to dead fish sex now.
Dead fish don't work.
I'm
I'm
not
feeling
doing it
bad.
at all. That's so fine.
But
You
anyway,
ain't feeling bad.
so, but when women want sex and the dude be like, I'm not in the mood right now.
Okay.
See, but when I
It
hear I'm
comes
not,
out-
I think I get angry.
Oh, that's where the question came from. Think about your ass. Ron told me this whole story, and I've been in a similar situation. I'm getting my feelings on the table too.
but I'm getting angry.
I legit like hung out with somebody, and like we had relationships in the past, but like we stopped and we just became friends. And so we became friends again, started hanging out again on a regular basis. And I thought we was having a good ass time, just eating, chilling, talking about poetry, whatever.
I'm like, I want that deer.
Bruh, like we went. I'm walking to a car one night, and like y'all know me, I used to kiss my homegirls on the cheek or whatever. I kissed her on the cheek and went to go. She was like, so we gonna keep doing this? I was like, being friends? I hope so. I'm having fun.
Right, you know what? I'll hang out with some of my exes, and I would not do anything with them. I don't care how many gifts they buy me, how much food they feed.
Right, because you know
You ain't getting none.
It can open a whole can of worms.
Yeah, like I'm good.
But not all women
No,
have that
and
same
my
sex,
exes-
and not all men have that
Y'all
same
are very
sex.
eligible.
Yeah.
I think you just need to be with a person that can match your sex drive. Women want sex just as much as men want sex. We don't have that filthy mindset that you guys have, that every
Y'all
person
don't,
that
okay.
you see, but we do. And if someone says they're not in the mood, in my head, we can get you there. I'm gonna say I'm not in the mood yet. You know, like what are you gonna do?
I'll just start twerking. My
you know,
little
like
My little
that's debatable. Like I can be in the mood, but what you got going on?
What if a dude is like, no, leave me alone.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm tired.
Don't talk to me like that.
Well, you know what? This is what you do. You just go
Now
see
you
what's
make him feel
bothering
bad.
him. You just talk to him, and then if you let him express himself, what he got going on in his life, then he gonna get turned on, and he gonna fuck anyway. So you still gonna get some, but it just might take a little while to get there because you got to listen to all the shit he going through first. Like you care, you don't care. I don't even care. I just gonna act like I care.
So now,
It's
I
me
don't,
then.
now I
Veronica
don't feel
sounds
bad
like
when I
straight
do
up
that.
nigga.
Now I don't feel bad when I do that.
She sound like Tyrone from the
Yo, fuck, nigga, like,
You gotta listen to bullshit ass
shit, we
children.
getting hot late now. Ain't nothing else happening to you? Oh, okay.
Oh my
Damn,
god.
for real. Hey,
Dang.
hey, you ever sent to somebody miserable ass story? You know, you know, fucking up my job, this, that, and the
She
third.
said, "Damn,
You be like, word,
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, she be like,
That's
"Word."
crazy.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's the first time that I am not listening.
Damn, you massage your back or something?
Yeah, baby, if I just rub your balls, that'll make everything
Hey.
feel so much better.
Back
I'm so sorry that happened to you today, but can we fuck down? Like,
See, I'm like,
I know what will make you
just
feel
get
better.
straight to the point.
That man just wants you to listen to him for the night and then maybe just
Man,
like
I
hold
listened
him
to
while
that
he's
nigga for a
asleep.
whole hour, man.
Baby, we can do that afterwards. Like, what do you mean? We can
Sometimes a
talk
man
as
ain't
much as
in the
you.
mood, man.
That is not a thing.
It's
I
not
don't
thing for men not
care.
be in the mood.
I don't
Yes,
care.
You're not in the mood.
Nah,
Yes.
yo, nah. Sometimes
Yes.
you don't.
Yes.
And not in the mood yet.
Yeah, it's
If
not like
if you weren't in the mood at all, you just like, nah, no.
exactly.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What's
That's
No,
what
you
I'm
said I'm
talking
not in the mood.
What's the
Your mood
difference?
can change.
Oh my God.
Your
Why
mood
gotta
can
read-
change. Your
Yeah.
mood can
Mhm.
change.
That's like that's
We
why
ain't
you
gotta
got
read him.
That's why you got
Change.
if you care about what he was going through.
See,
that
why
day.
y'all-
And I don't think it's and first of all,
So many rules.
if I do it sometimes when I don't necessarily feel like it, that means that you can do it too.
But see, I don't believe in that. If you don't feel like having sex, you just don't
But that's
do
not
it.
the point. That's not the
What's the
point.
point?
You're just not in the mood
If
yet.
I'm choosing to be with you, so that means you're choosing to get something that you could get somewhere else only from my store. The store can't always be out of commission based on how you're feeling. That is not fair. That is not.
I'm not saying always. I'm just talking
But I'm just saying, like those particular times, because most times the answer is yes. You know.
Most times it is, but sometimes.
So on those rare sometimes, unless it's like something crazy, it's like I can
You'll
compromise.
eventually get warmed up to that, yes.
Yeah, I can compromise.
Yeah, it's all right.
I love you
We
enough.
can just chill for a little longer.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
He'll
you
come
a patient, so I don't
around.
even want to hear it.
He'll come around.
Yeah, I don't know.
About like 5 minutes in, Veronica said, okay. You should have just do it again. She's like,
What's going on, baby? Tell me my word, bro.
she on the head. She doing all this shit.
Tell me about it. Okay.
It's hot. The conversation's getting steamy. That's why. You know,
Well, it was already hot. We got
let's
it.
say-
Okay, don't be talking about workspace, okay?
I'm sorry about your workspace.
This is our personal studio. Now, Don, like,
What you popping your chest for?
You getting excited, man.
Oh,
All right, y'all. You gotta keep moving.
Next question.
All right. Don't be rushing our show on me.
Next question.
Mike, it's on you.
Next question. How long should sex last and why?
It depends on who you're having sex with. And
Oh, so
the
you
mood
ain't
you
gonna
were
have
in
sex,
when
man.
you're starting. Are you having sex? You fucking? You making love? All different.
So
Who's the
there
person?
so there is 3 different tiers to it.
Yes.
That's why. Okay.
All right, so
I
I mean, I would say
love.
for a couple hours, but
Well,
That.
my lips are going to be too
Fuck
swollen,
that.
and I do not have
no.
time.
And see, the only time you can go a couple hours, the guy got to be within a certain size range.
Yes, Lord.
So, like, if he's a humongous, then you know that y'all not gonna be able to do all that.
No.
So, you know, but like if he like average or a little below average or something, you can get some rounds in.
Mhm.
And like I'm greedy. I got problems.
Okay, so sex to you is you can start, stop, you can just be laying
No,
around.
we're gonna go straight through.
You gonna go straight through
Straight
2
through.
hours.
No breaks.
Yeah,
None.
I don't did it. Did we look at the
Straight
clock?
through
We didn't even
penetration.
know it was 2 hours or 3 hours.
I believe it's
That's because that was a job this nigga had nowhere to be.
No.
Yeah, wait for the water. That job.
Sometimes if you look at the clock, sometimes let's say you send somebody a text message and then like 5 minutes later y'all start doing something. Then by the time you get done, you looking like, God damn, it was 2 hours went by that quick. Like sometimes
If
you
I'm-
don't be realizing
Bro, if I'm
that
having
2
sex,
hours
I'm
went
gonna
that long.
realize it's 2 hours.
No.
I might not realize it's 30 minutes, but I'm gonna realize it's 2 hours.
If you going 2 hours.
No, see,
straight,
that's
you
why I
gonna
had to
go.
get my man fit because I like you gonna have to start running and working out because
Yeah, Usain Bolt to get in the bedroom. Whatever.
you gotta have some wind.
Endurance.
You gotta have some wind. You know what I'm saying? Like you
All right,
know,
Veronica
I
said
don't
2
think
hours
him
straight,
healthy.
no exception.
I mean that's I would say I need that a couple times out of the week, but like sometimes.
Couple times out the week.
Veronica, that's a part-time job.
No, that is.
That's
Yeah,
a part-time
that
job.
See, sometimes you
Thank
can
you.
get some quickies in too during the week, and then something like that. You
Okay.
gotta find people that be on your kind of work schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, I make my own schedule,
We
so
see
I
that.
can.
And his schedule too, apparently.
No, I just know what time
Clearly.
he take his lunch break and what time he off and all this shit.
Okay.
What time he get off in the morning? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
So the rest of us are not
I need to
nearly
know.
as
Look at here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's y'all's
high maintenance.
minimum
as Veronica.
as far as somebody you love? Like, what's y'all's minimum?
Somebody I love.
You minimum days or minimum time?
We got your time.
You're done.
You got enough for everybody here.
Basically, yes.
And Cicely? Annual leave. Oh, I guess that's.
Oh, I've been up for droughts this year.
You have a minimum. Do you have a minimum time? That's an option not to have one. As well.
Minimum, no.
The minimum
Maximum,
time.
I don't want to be having sex for like more than 45 minutes.
I mean, that's a good time too.
I'm dead.
What about was the like the
That's
hot,
a good
30,
time.
45 minutes is the hot spot?
That's-
That's a
Good
time,
answer.
too.
Good answer. Good.
After that, things start getting swollen. They start hurting,
Start
and
getting
I don't want to
raw.
have to start soaking in Epsom salt. So
Damn.
It's a process.
Right?
It's a
I don't know if that's
okay,
healthy.
okay, no more.
Wait,
than 45
sometimes you just have to know
minutes.
your limits with certain people.
It's a process.
It's one person, 45 minutes. I'm done. That's at most.
When I was younger, then there were no rules on anything. It didn't matter. I'm not that person anymore. Yeah, I got real responsibilities and real things. And no.
Real person with real responsibility. Did you give
We
it time?
can do oral a lot longer.
Right.
Penetrative stuff, no. We need no.
So do y'all still do the like all night like?
Yeah, you do.
Do
You do.
some-
It's a lot more oral and other things.
Yeah, oral
The
foreplay.
penetrative, that takes a lot out of you.
For
It
sure,
does.
for sure.
No, not if you're in the gym all the time.
Asking
Veronica, why are you still talking about this?
I'm just saying, if you be in the gym, I ain't in the gym right now, but I'm telling you, when I was in the gym, you can go, and then but your partner got to be in there as well because
I can go. I'm
They
gonna be
can't
hurt
keep
though.
up.
I'm
Yeah.
choosing not to be hurt. I can go. I
But
just
see, you
don't
ain't
wanna
gonna
be
get hurt if you know your limits.
My lips are gonna be swollen no matter what. I'm not talking about like my legs.
I know what you're talking about.
Like that's
You about to roll like Jay-Z and it's gonna be your fault.
exercising won't make them.
Ain't so much exercise
No.
to keep the lips regular.
They still don't
I
swell.
ain't gonna let it get all the way to that extreme.
2 hours? What you think?
It's not.
And you gonna have that line on the inside of your mouth. You feel right up here. Yeah.
Veronica trying to get me fucked up around here.
Yeah, no, Veronica,
All
that's
right.
just you, and that's fine, baby. That is fine.
Do you live your life?
Yes. I
So
commend
Veronica
you.
said, what's she say? Try fitness. What's CrossFit for her?
You need cross-
She said the hot
Olympics.
spot.
She training right now.
Clearly.
Right.
Hell yeah, I'm
Veronica-
training.
Marathon.
I can train.
She's ready for the long jump onto the penis.
Ah!
Get a little space in there. I did it right.
But
That time it was good. That time it was good.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but Veronica basically been recruiting dudes while we were live.
Oh, is that what's going on right
I
now?
don't
People
know.
labeling
I don't know why hit me up. That hit me up.
First, get him off with that 2
Do not
hours.
hit me
That's
up,
talking about.
Veronica.
I can't go that far.
You really don't realize that is
That's
the last
no,
thing
I'm
I
saying that's cool.
With
I'm just,
certain
you
people.
talking about going
Like,
straight
I
out
ain't
2
saying
hours
it's
straight.
somewhere like-
But that's not the standard.
Might just be burning.
That's the exception.
Yes.
Off my
Okay.
phone.
Okay, fine. Maybe twice a year we have 2 hours.
Right. What about you? 6 minutes?
I mean, that's 7 minutes
This
is the
guy.
average.
Yeah,
While
7
y'all
minutes is
playing,
the average.
7 minutes is the average.
I believe it.
Really?
I've heard that.
Yes.
I was just on the 45.
Oh,
Is
45 is the high.
And 7 minutes the average for penetration the whole time?
I would say so. Yeah.
Well,
I would
have,
think-
it
I would
has
hope
to be.
have
It
y'all
has
ever
to be.
look? This is a question for the ladies. Have y'all ever been in a relationship where when you're intimate with a guy and every time he like go down, he never like actually goes down. He's still up. Like, yeah, have y'all ever?
Can you
been-
just make it plain? I'm confused.
Okay, well,
Has
You
he-
say
has
whatever
he
you
ever-
want. That's sometimes
Yeah.
it's
Has
in
he
words
ever
now.
has he ever like stayed erect?
stay erect
Oh.
even as he's
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
The whole time.
So
Yeah.
like, well, if you're with someone like that, it's easier to go a longer time like that. But I know I said
Or you
gotta
can have
go
sex
to
with
a
women.
US time,
That too.
like that
Yeah.
that time. You
Just what the hell you just say?
I said, or you could have sex with women.
I don't want to do that.
I mean, I will, and I
Absolutely,
do, but I don't have to worry about those problems. We can-
Yeah.
I like
Can I,
Yeah.
He's saying like sex with women too.
Real quick, we want to make sure we touch everything. Has sex in general always been longer with women versus men?
Mhm.
Really?
Interesting.
I can see that. Yeah.
It's because most women can have multiple orgasms
Yeah.
and just keep it going in the same session.
Mhm. And I'm telling you, penetrative sex takes a lot more out of you.
Of course, because it's muscles the same.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like.
I'm like One Punch Man.
I mean, I enjoy it. I do.
He said a one
Will
punch.
just like 2 minutes.
Is he going Super Saiyan?
One Punch Man, he's stronger than Super Saiyan. He just, everything in one punch. Your whole world rocked in one stroke. That's all you get. You better enjoy it.
Oh man.
All right, man. I think we got the next one.
Alright. So
This really is cultivated ignorance.
It
Okay.
it is. That's what we go for.
That's
We go for
great.
education and stupidity all at one time. All right. So with all the
Yeah, away from the mic.
with all the women faking orgasms, cheating, or just being complicit in a sexually unfulfilling relationship, how truly difficult is it for women to tell their partner they aren't being pleased?
Mhm.
You should wait till you get in an argument.
No, see, no, and that's and then you hurt egos.
Bro,
Veronica said, look,
I
you didn't take out the trash and you ain't been fucking me for 2 hours.
Bro.
I will say that the way that I approached it when the time presented itself was, babe, if you busting nuts,
Babe.
I need to be busting nuts too.
Oh, shit.
I just kind of left it at that.
What was the time that, what time did you select to say this?
I'm pretty sure I had horrible timing, and it was like right after.
Well, it's
like,
never
that
really a good
sex.
time to find.
I mean, there's not. There's not.
But the best time is after sex if he knows that shit was hard.
Oh,
I had
that's
niggas call
probably
me
good
for a
time.
couple of days and ask me how it was. I said I don't want to talk about it.
That's your answer.
Shit like that, God.
Then I had to tell her, so we're not sexually compatible, and we won't be having that second round, and we can be friends.
What is it? Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
But no, thank you.
I mean, I ain't lying. We just not sexually compatible. Like he's just horrible. Like I don't think no woman should have to go through that.
Right. Have y'all ever been in a relationship where y'all felt like y'all had to consistently fake orgasms?
In a
I was
relationship.
in,
Relationship,
I,
no.
I was in a 10-month situation because he didn't want me to be his girlfriend because I'm just too awesome to be his girlfriend.
Of course.
But it was like 10 months and he was real horrible. I remember the first time I was like, what the fuck just happened to me? And you know, but he was fine there. But he was fine though, so you know, I tried to look past that. So, you know, maybe he had a little off.
But that's why, because he's fine, so nobody's
You don't have to
telling
worry.
him that.
Yeah, so I had to kind of like, I went through that relationship for a while, and I ain't gonna lie, I was more sexually frustrated than a single woman talking to him, and it was horrible. And I just, after that, I said I'd never go through that again. So
It's like you an abusive relationship.
Right.
it was sexual mental abuse.
Yeah. No, fine. I forgot what movie that was, and it was like all the beautiful. He was like he never. It was a doctor. He was fine, and one of the girls he was dating was like, you know, I didn't get off, right? And he was like, this has never happened to me before. And she was like, honey, this has definitely happened to you before, because we just get so used to faking it. Yeah, I can't picture what it is. I can only picture like the scene.
But sometimes men do just need to know that. But sometimes it is hard because actually when I tried to have that conversation with him, I asked him, I said, because, you know, I said, some guys, they'll ask you to rate them, like, you know, 1 to 10. I said, I know you ain't never kind of asked. I mean, this was my way of opening a conversation with him. And he's like, you know what? You saw how I made you come. That's how I know I did my job.
You saw it? Where?
Where?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I can just get off. Just get off. He had to do that. I can get off.
He had to do that.
He had to do that. It was just I had to put my thought there to get there. Like he ain't even really had to do
My
much.
thoughts don't get me there. How? Teach me?
Teach you.
It's a lot of self-exploration.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, you know, when I told him that, I realized that his ego was like up here and it should have been underneath a couple rocks. I just backed off the conversation because he seemed like he got like aggressive when he said that. Like, he know he was shit. So I said, oh, okay. So then the next time I waited to bring it up in an argument. And I told him, listen,
Hold on, real quick. You said you stopped in the moment because he got aggressive, but then when you got an argument.
No, I'm saying he had got aggressive, like answering the question, like, "Oh, you saw how I had made you come. That's how I know."
Yeah.
Oh, he would have asked me the number 1 through 10. I was gonna put him on like a 3. You know, I was gonna let him know, like that was gonna be my way of opening a conversation with my partner so we can get better. But we didn't get there because his ego was like up here.
But the question is, how difficult is it to have that conversation? What stopped you from bringing it up? Because you're waiting on him to ask you.
Because I just didn't like his demeanor. Like his demeanor was like, I'm the shit. I'm like,
Oh.
And you didn't want to knock that pedestal.
yeah, so I said, I'm gonna come back at a later date and talk about it. Then he had started getting on my nerves and stuff, and then
You wanted the upper hand, and I think that's
so
what
when I said to him, I said, nigga, you fuck like you fucking hoes. I said, you ain't never made love before? Like, he was like, what you mean? I said, see, that's what I mean. You don't know the difference between fucking a hoe and fucking your lady. I was just like, I don't know what you be doing, but you're not doing it right and whatever. So the conversation went there, but I don't think he still understood what I was saying because he was just like, huh?
No,
It's all the same.
Like,
I mean,
you know what?
it's like I be watching pornos. That's how they do
I
it.
can't break this down any further.
I be watching pornos. You know, they be fucking fast.
They just stay in one position for an hour straight.
But he still never got better. So you know, it was just sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes some women probably might feel like ain't no point of bringing the conversation up. It's not that he's gonna get any better. He don't show you what he can show you.
Some women would rather have a man with bad sex than not have a man at all.
Why is that? Just to say they got married?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I used to say that, not to that extent. I used to say, people give you scenarios. Would you be with a guy for bad sex if he held your family down and supported you and did all? And I used to be like, yeah, I would do that. Then when I got put in that situation, I was like, fuck that. No, I never do that shit. Like, no.
You're an anomaly.
I'm
so serious.
You can train to get
No, you can't train.
Yes, you
Some
can.
people are too far left. Like some boy, I would have thought I had took his virginity, but you know I didn't because he had 2 kids and he was really hard. Yeah, you like 35 years old, bro.
Yeah,
you ain't got it. You ain't got
You
it.
ain't
Like you know, ain't nothing you really can do about that.
Because I'm on one side of the system. I don't believe anybody's just bad at sex unless they're just not trying to be better.
You ain't had these.
I don't want those, but like, I was saying, like, it's just, I don't believe anybody's born inherently bad at sex.
Oh, yes.
Because-
I can preach to that. Like, they are some.
We might not be feeling in the mood to train or teach or help.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because I just feel like after 35, bro, you don't have a basic stroke. Like, you just don't have that one to go to move. You don't need it. You don't need none. You don't deserve pussy. You know what I'm saying? You just don't deserve it. Like, how you ain't got a basic, just something basic to go to? Like,
Yes.
for real.
This is
When
what I
all
have
else
to say with
fails,
her
like, okay, all right,
question.
real quick.
This is too much.
Turn on backwards. I got the secret's gonna come out, and then that's when he just rock your whole world. You change your whole opinions. I don't know. So have y'all ever felt like you needed a fake orgasm with somebody, and why? Was it just?
I mean, I think you just do stuff like when you.
I felt like I needed to end things sooner than I would have wanted to.
So
I'm not gonna go through all that
self-preservation.
fake. I'm just
Yeah, I just
So
feel like
you say you didn't fake an orgasm?
me personally, no, but I'm also probably extremely direct too.
You are very direct. So I believe you was like sitting there looking at him like,
you can go ahead and wrap this up. I'm good.
Yeah.
Wrap
Wrap it up,
wrapping
B.
up music.
Thanks, love.
You know,
Thanks.
I'm never gonna get there. So could you?
I'm
Or
never
Or you
gonna-
can just say, "Are you done?"
That shit will cost the fuck out of.
Or can
Well,
you?
you're clearly not caring about making sure I'm
Or
done.
you can
Exactly.
say, "This feels
But if you're not
aggravating."
communicating,
You can say, "This feels aggravating."
Well,
Veronica, I need
well,
you to sit so we can see. I can't see William.
Oh, you can't see him?
I can't hear what he's saying at all.
I thought you were
I
going
thought
to
you
the
was
titty.
he go right here. What's it like?
That's his inner dialogue.
That's
That's what he's wishing.
Damn, the jig is up. I was going to say, I don't remember if we started talking about
God
titties.
dang it. Okay.
He's a moss.
Oh yeah, what should men be doing more or less in the bedroom? What is something that like dudes refuse to do, or they're still like,
Asking us what we want. They should ask us what we want more.
And that be
you know,
Yeah,
I,
definitely ask them what you want more.
I did that to this one chick I was messing with, and she just was like, whatever you like.
The fact that you're saying she's a chick and not some woman or lady that you care about, yeah.
Yeah.
boom, get
There
him.
you go. That's why you're getting that answer.
Yeah.
Fuck with better women. You won't have that problem.
You chose her.
Oh,
Say we got fun.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. Dudes in general, especially dudes, I should say, are, I think, because people are afraid to not know what they're doing in the bedroom. They're
Sure.
scared for like the one moment they just don't know what to do with
How?
somebody.
2018, there's so much porn.
No,
You don't even
no,
have,
see, I
you
don't
don't
think
even
that-
have to like go like it's just in
But
your
I-
face sometimes.
But I don't think porn is a proper guide to.
There's
fucking
good
body.
porn.
There's good porn, but I'm
There's
saying
good-
If you need to find out a transition, like you said, you can find out a transition.
I'm talking about as far as pleasing one human in particular. That might
We're talking
not like
about
whatever
transition.
what you're trying to do.
He said, what if you don't want, if you don't know what to do within that one moment or something? He said.
Oh,
So that's why I said, like, you know, you're transitioning to the next little. I like his shirt.
Nigga smiling so hard at it. Well, what they doing over there?
But he is though. He is though.
That look like a black action over there.
Darwin turned around real
Nigga
slowly.
look so hard. God, I told y'all this shit happens all the time, bro. It's usually all the white people.
He is smiling.
Yeah, he looking at y'all. Look at this.
Up in
looking at Veronica
Damn,
nipple
nigga.
slip.
They got titties and
Oh,
head wraps in there.
let me check. Nah, we good. We good.
No, I don't think porn is the best guide for learning. So I think
No,
you should
because that's why niggas can't fuck from watching porn. We're not porn stars.
That's what I'm saying. Like they gonna fuck around and get in there. And
I mean, you can do
They
if you
go-
want to. You
You
know what I'm saying?
can work to that level, but when you just go in there and just like I've heard that girls sound like dudes just sound put them in positions without asking anything, just like shoving them in different positions without saying anything. And then when a woman doesn't like it, they look
But
at
why
them
you
like
gonna
they
tell me
crazy.
what position you putting me in? Just be. Just,
It depends
There's
on
a
your
way
vibe
to
with
do
that
that.
person.
That
There's a way
too.
to- I'm saying if
That
you put someone in a
too.
position they obviously don't like it. You
I'm
should
just gonna
know.
tell you I don't like it. I'm
Or
like,
I'm
don't
gonna
do that.
suck it so you can't
Okay,
get in.
suck it.
You're gonna be like, what's going on?
Where did they go?
So
It's taking me back out.
It pushed me out.
You're like, I don't
I don't want it. No.
So is it like wrong to assume that like everybody's okay with missionary doggy style
Missionaries always good.
riding? Missionary's a jam. That's my thing.
Oh, everybody flexing on missionary.
You know how I feel about assuming. So.
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that.
I mean,
jealous.
if you're with someone, you eventually, when you're with them, you know what they like and don't like. And even if you don't know if they quite like it or not, you're not getting the same reaction you got out of them doing some other things. So, and then you can't do the same thing every time. Like, you got to do something, throw something extra in there, and then they're going to be like, oh, who the fuck you fucking with? You ain't never did that shit. But that's fine, though.
Yeah,
You can't want it if somebody else getting it, you know what I'm saying?
You be enjoying it, you be like, what the fuck?
I will be like, you've never done this before.
Your tongue ain't never go behind your throat.
Where did you learn this? Okay.
Behind the throat.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Who niggas think
I mean, but you can tell from their body language. Like, you know.
body language is
Like
everything.
you doing something somebody doesn't like.
Absolutely. You're not getting like reaction.
Or I think you just should just say it. They feelings need to be hurt.
Well, you ain't gotta hurt. That's what I'm saying. Like, as a man, or
Yes,
like,
they feelings
whoever.
do need to be hurt, nigga. What the fuck is you doing to me?
She don't listen to the City
That's what
Girls album on repeat.
If you haven't noticed, guys, Veronica has no middle.
Zero. It's polar opposite.
She knows where she stands.
Well, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Did anybody else have an answer? I think. Did y'all have a consensus of an answer?
So it's like, are things like, I guess, still taboo, like eating butt and sucking toes and stuff like that?
I mean, he can just do whatever he wants to do. Don't mean I'm going to do all of those things back in return. If he want to do certain things, then I'm not gonna be like, oh no, don't do that. Now I am gonna say no. You're not putting your stuff in my bottom. Look, other people might want to do it. That's them, but I'm not taking that back there.
That's boundaries.
That's my
boundaries.
That's my off zone. Don't touch me. Don't beg me because then you sound like a little bitch. Begging for ass. Like I can't.
Please let me get the
I can't stand it. I done told you no like 2 or 3 times. Like, why you still begging for asshole? I'm about to start questioning your sexuality. Now, I wouldn't question it before, but if you just begging all the time.
Why
If
you
a
want to
nigga
stick my
just
butt
keep
so
begging
bad?
you
But I've
to,
been stuck in him
The
before.
butt ain't default, gay by default.
if you don't told a nigga no
If you
about
have to beg
10,
for
15
anything.
times, come on, why is you still begging?
No, I don't agree with
Nigga, I
begging
have
for it. I'm
multiple
just saying, I
other
don't know why
hoes
you
that
relate
No,
to
and that's
that.
the only reason why we would relate it to being gay is if you keep begging.
keep begging.
for
Now, I
it.
wouldn't have said
Why
that
is
from
that?
the get-go, but if I don't told you no and you don't ask me today, tomorrow, next week, 2 months from now,
Okay.
3 months from now,
Like what
every
is
day
your-
for the
no,
following
no.
week, bro.
Maybe
Like,
they
what
just
is your
like butt.
problem?
Yeah, I'm
He
saying
like
I
bubble.
mean, I don't agree with the begging, but
But I have told men if this is something that you like before we even get on that level, if you know this is something that they're anal about it. Men who like that, they're anal about having anal. So if you know you anal about anal, I ain't your bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Unintended, guys.
I love
No,
y'all.
that's like
man.
losing your virginity again. So
I'm not.
I'm gonna hold off on that. So
Yeah,
marriage.
no, yeah, right? Like I was,
I
yeah,
won't
lying.
reserve that.
I don't even know if I
Yeah.
want to do that for marriage.
I won't
But
reserve it.
We will consummate with butts.
I'm good on
But
it.
fingers
No, not
sometimes-
consummate because I still
No,
want to have a
yeah,
good
you put your
time.
finger in there though.
I can handle that. That's
You can put your finger in
Fingers
there.
sometimes.
Y'all don't like fingers at all. Y'all don't like future. Still spit the water out. Nobody likes thumbs or anything.
Yeah, fingers.
Fingers are
tongues,
fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Those are good.
Right.
That's what you want.
Same page. All right.
That's all. You gotta prepare for that.
Yeah,
That's
there's
preparation.
literally prep. Like
Yes.
people think that they can just no.
No, you cannot.
No.
You will be upset
No.
and disturbed if you
And,
don't prep.
and bleeding.
This is very cool.
And hemorrhoids.
There you go.
Hemorrhoids, well.
It's training.
Oh, and you might have to run to the bathroom and eat
Yeah.
wrong food.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Mm-mm.
Can we just not? Yeah, I said probably
Okay.
won't do it on my way. Like
Okay.
marriage, no, probably not.
Everyone's good on butt sex.
Everybody's good on butt sex.
For right now, I'm pausing on it right now.
I'm
can
pausing
play
on it
for
for the
later.
life.
I feel like I'm leaning more towards life. I'm on life. I feel like life.
So that was the number one answer. It's just men asking what women prefer in bed.
Yeah, like use your mouth.
Just ask or figure out.
All puns intended.
Do it
All puns intended.
Yes, good. You like
That is
that?
so
I was
good.
vouch for that.
I don't know if they got it on the Facebook Live. Yeah, they can't.
Yes,
They
it
got
What did I say? Use your mouth.
What is it?
All puns intended.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the real tongue punch, of course.
Tongue punch. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Amen.
That sounds nice. Okay.
That is real talk. I don't think you have to completely do everything with your penis. Like you can.
Yeah.
It's a whole mouth game out here.
Mouth game and you can talk. Like
That's it.
Yeah. We can talk about it. We can suck about it. We can lick about it.
Veronica said, I need 2 hours straight peeing.
Straight.
Scram me.
Not too hard though.
Destroy me.
No, don't destroy me.
I'm sorry. Oh Lord.
Oh god.
I like his hair.
I wish Khalifa just walked by the studio.
You really do.
I think we on the last question. And if we have time, we can get to these extra questions. Did you do the last one, Will? I can't remember.
I did the last one, yeah.
I'm gonna make you laugh too much. All right, this is very good. Jazz actually came up with this. I think it's very important. We want to ask y'all: do Black women have a biphobia, veiled by preference, when it comes to men who have been sexually active with other men in the past?
There goes that thick in the ass shit. No,
You think women don't have a?
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do
I
it.
think the question asked.
No, I know he's saying are you saying like would you date a man there? No, because I'm not taking the end of it, and I know that's what you was doing with him over there. So that means I
But what
got.
if he don't want that number?
Yeah, what if he was?
He gonna have the urge.
So
How
are
do
you
know that?
Are you saying he
I ain't
was
doing
doing that and now he's not doing it anymore?
I ain't doing it.
He gonna have
I'm
Or is
saying,
he going
as speaking
back
as a
and
man
forth?
who's been, he might be going back and forth. You're currently dating now. So
I don't want to do it.
He doesn't want to have, but he doesn't have anal sex.
I don't care what he want to do. He not touching me.
Why?
Why?
Cause like that. Like I'm sorry.
nigga, that's
No,
bad.
okay. Well, I'll say this. Sometimes women go back and forth from men and the women, but I just ain't doing it with no.
No, I think like as a Black culture, especially if we were raised by like older parents, and because automatically when I think about that, I'm like, okay, you're challenging me, but I automatically default to, well, a woman can do it and that's fine, but if a man does it, he's gay. He's going to eventually be gay. But women can, and that's not fair. So that's a really good question, Jazz. But I'm literally torn down the middle.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't want.
It's okay to feel how you feel. The thing is, a lot of Black women don't own the fact that they feel this way and they have this preference because it's validating toxic
Now, some
masculinity,
women-
it's validating biphobia, and it's validating homophobia. They don't want to own that. Feel how you want to feel. Own the fact that it's all those things.
Yeah.
But then some women are in a relationship with men that don't even know that they have a boyfriend.
And is he being honest about it?
Like,
Hey,
you might not even know that
dabbled.
he's
Which one of the men has been-
In this
yeah,
honest, they're
completely
being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a clean bill of health.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm gonna push
She's
you.
still struggling.
I don't know.
I'm
Like,
What are you
I
struggling on? Real quick.
I think I'm
because
I'm
I'm
getting insecure,
in
but
my
I'll be
brain, I
insecure.
secretly feel like you're genuinely gay,
Why is that?
and you just want to kind of have everything.
Why
Have
do
your,
Oh, you might need a trophy wife
Naming
right
the
now.
double, well, naming the double standard you just touched on earlier. Why would you think that?
because it's a double standard. It's not. It's not good or bad.
It's not logic to
it's
it.
just. Yeah. It's just. Because that's the way I was conditioned, I guess. But granted, I am a social worker and I've studied things. I can understand my biases and put it out there and just kind of leave it like I'd have to be in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Generally, though, I don't think I would be comfortable with it because I always feel like now I have to compete with both men and
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that
so
go
what,
into that.
so what if it was just like he was bi-curious? Like, let's not say he was in an ongoing thing with a dude. Just like, there's a belief that girls try things in college. What if he just tried it one time in college?
I mean, yeah, okay.
I guess
Don't
I'll
tell
just
me.
hear that perspective from a woman that's been through it because I'll just listen.
I haven't been through it, but I already know that if I'm forcing myself to check all these biases to be a better and a more fair and equitable person,
Yeah,
then I have to own that if I think it's okay for women
it has
to
be
do
okay.
whatever, then it has to be okay for men too. And I have to check myself.
People
on
just
that.
do whatever
Yeah.
they want to do. That's just something that
So
I
you-
don't want to do.
So you would
That's
be
cool, but
uncomfortable.
you have to then also see that that's checking that box of biphobia and homophobia. Is both those things. If you're
Do y'all
prefacing
agree
with,
with that?
I just don't, nope, because I'm competing, or what if they go back, or they're gay, then it's all those things.
Well, I know some people that are married and their husband was like that, and then their husband started talking to other people saying that they wanted those urges back, and and like, what do you say to that? Like, do you end your marriage? Or do you start letting him hit that?
No,
so
it's just-
I don't
it's
know
tough.
what y'all do.
No,
to-
you're right. It is
to-
tough.
Like I just don't. I don't want to. I don't want to put myself in too many torn relationships because like you never really know if 100% if this person is about to be with you, or if this person might be like, I want to backslide.
What if they're a habitual cheater and they're heterosexual?
Well,
I don't want to be with a cheater either.
How's that any different from somebody who just?
But I don't want to be with a cheater
I don't know why.
No. This is what I'm saying. How's that any different from a heterosexual man who has urges while he's in a committed relationship? Like, how's that any different at all?
I don't want to be. With
I feel like part of that comes from the stigma of our LGBTQ, I think I'm being correct, community, and the stigma of AIDS or HIV, and they have to, take a lot of, one of my really good gay friends, he enlightened me the other day about this medicine
PrEP
that he has to take, because he is sexually active with other gay men, and I don't know, it's I'm not even gonna lie that it scares me that, because a lot of men can cheat, they might bring an STD back, but not the one that could kill you.
HIV is not going to kill you. Diabetes is going to kill you before HIV. It's a lot easier to handle. So HIV wise, you take one pill.
Yeah.
You good. Diabetes, you need to manage your eating, your physical activity, and then if you're on insulin and you have to manage that, it's a lot harder to manage. And that's a lot of misconception and miseducation where it's stigmatized to the point where we think it's so much more worse, but you take your one pill a day, you are good.
And even still, you can get AIDS, HIV from heterosexual relationships.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's that.
But the stigma with HIV is
It's stigma.
And it's a lack of us not being educated on the subject as to why we still feel the ways that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that. Like I said, I'm.
But those are a lot of. That's a lot of.
To work through that and
Yes.
own that.
But that's a lot of challenges though to date someone that okay, they might right now they might be like, okay, I want to date women now, and I don't want to do that. That's just a lot of all relationships gonna have its challenges, but that's just like another challenge. Like, are you ready for this challenge? So in the end, you go in forward. Y'all could live happily ever after. Then in the end, he could be like, okay, you know what? This isn't working for me, but you have been the most awesomest woman that was possible to have, and I don't want you to take nothing from this. Like, you will be married to someone else. I think you're awesome. It's like you got to wait for those type of conversations, and I don't want to have those kind of conversations where you just about to break my heart and just leave me and stuff.
I just don't. What I don't see is that being any more of a challenge than somebody being in a relationship that they're not ready to be in, even if it's heterosexual. Yeah. And y'all been together for a long ass time.
It's a challenge.
And they saying the same thing, like, "Oh, you cool or whatever," but I just met Shirley down the street.
I think the way it's, I don't know if she's thinking like this, but if I was to analyze it, I believe she's saying that, okay, there's always the possibility that somebody might cheat on you. Yeah, but
it's gonna be a man or a woman.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, I gotta worry about you. Might be wanting to be with dudes again. You know what I mean? So instead of just, I might want to smash somebody. It's like, oh, I just might want to be with a dude this time. Because I ain't been with a dude in a long time versus me wanting to cheat. You know what I mean?
Or even if you somebody say they don't know if they gonna ever stop cheating.
Question.
If you don't know if somebody's gonna ever stop cheating, like, how many times will you forgive them? Or you just gonna be like, oh, it's okay. I know he cheats on me from time to time.
Okay.
Like the women who accept that they're accepting those challenges for whatever problems or whatever arguments that they're going to have that come with them. So it's just like whether you want to do these things or not. And everybody don't care about somebody cheating on them. As long as they feel like they providing and all this, that, and the third. And then you got some women, they just be like, listen, I'm out. Like, I'm done. Right. They might forgive you 1 or 2 times, but like after that, then they're going to be like, all right, you just keep asking me to forgive you, and then you doing the same thing. So you just never really know when it comes to people in relationships or whatever.
So is this like something where we should all work to like kind of dismantle, or we should just like let people do what they want to do? What y'all think?
If people are gonna do what they're gonna do, they need to be honest.
Yeah,
with it.
I agree with that.
But yes, we also have to work on it and be better, and that's a daily effort.
Right.
I kind of equate it to any other kind of ism. So if at one point, it was illegal for any of us to be with a white person. Mm-hmm. At one point, that was illegal, and it was frowned upon, and it wasn't okay. Mm-hmm. So if I apply that to any other kind of standard regarding someone in love, then they could do that same kind of oppressive thing to me. So I have to retrain myself. I don't want to have to oppress somebody else the way I've been oppressed.
No.
Oh God.
Absolutely. And I think that happens in this like world of like internet activism. Happens so much. So like people just, you gotta realize like not everybody's in it for the right cause. A lot of people are in it for the clout. The more quotables you have online, Instagram, the more likes you get. And people just be saying something. That's what I don't like, bro. These little sound bites. That's somebody just saying something like just really on point. They'll be like, oh, and that person could be like not care about your ass at all, and turn around and say something homophobic or sexist in a heartbeat. And it's just like Veronica's sister Creed told me a long time ago. I was told I was torn because I was an activist and I was around these groups who I just kept finding out they had their own agendas, whatever. She's like, just do you and just do the right thing. Like you don't have to be attached yourself to a whole group or a label or nothing. Just do what you're supposed to do. Treat people right. Educate yourself. How you can be better as a man, as a black man. Just do your own thing, man. Like you ain't gotta follow everybody else. So that's what I think it boils down to.
So like on another note with the biphobia. Anyway, it said we also had a question. How would you react if your partner wanted you to penetrate them?
I'd be fine.
You met Tobias, right?
But I'm coming to
No
My honey pie's not down
respect to
for it.
Tobias, but I don't know what he into in the bedroom.
Not that.
Oh, I hadn't been asked that,
my
and
throat.
I don't want to do that either.
Well, I'm actually because like I listen to a podcast called Horrible Decisions.
Yes, Weezy.
Yeah, Weezy and
I don't even know that.
and Mandy.
Okay. Yeah.
And the girl Mandy on the show, she's really into pegging guys. I guess like it makes her feel powerful.
That's
Pegging,
the term.
yeah, pegging.
Well, I'm gonna feel
It's basically anal
look it up.
penetration.
powerful on top. I mean, I'm good
So,
with
but
that.
the reason, another reason for pegging is it allows for full stimulation of the
Prostate.
prostate. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I thought all we needed to worry about was the taint. I thought that
What the
was
tank do for you?
the taint,
not
is,
for me, for the men.
the taint is like the underside of
It's just this little space.
yeah, it's just a,
Sensitive.
So no
It's-
one.
it's
so,
more
so,
sensitive.
I mean, it feels nice, but I'm saying like prostate is where.
probably like you can milk them.
That's the
saying,
thing.
like yeah.
That's the thing. People got jobs doing that.
This is very true. I just, the
I,
way you said that.
I guess I have to look that up now.
So like
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, but yeah. So
so
you,
yeah, so like see like if your partner was like, hey, can you peg me or can you put like I don't know if the finger in the butt does the same thing, but based on this one woman me and Mike talked to outside of the bar. She was
This
like,
one
it
woman
doesn't-
outside of the bar.
Bro, this one lady, she was
yo,
like,
she was all
she was
about
like,
that business.
y'all need to have a finger in y'all butt at least once in
She
your
did
life.
though. I'm talking about. She had to sit down with us.
She wanted
Like,
to.
you didn't have sex, you got a finger in your butt.
I mean, I used to say women haven't had sex until they have sex with a woman.
Hmm.
I feel like it's the same thing, same kind of premise.
Why you
I'm
say
not
that?
gonna preach it to everybody.
So let's say,
That's the
Cicely,
longer
you're a hypothetical
conversation.
man that isn't Tobias.
Right.
Said, hey, I would like you to either peg me or massage my prostate from the inside.
He's my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How long we been together?
Long enough to have these conversations.
I was about to say 'cause that's a comfort level.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure,
like
for
not
sure.
you
Yeah,
asking.
long
Well, I mean, if he's coming to you, then he's obviously comfortable enough to say.
I mean,
I don't think a lot of men probably feel comfortable asking a lot of women that. You got to kind of know what
I think-
type of person you in the bed with, like what
I
they're
mean, you gotta be
open
comfortable
to.
with yourself to be.
I think
And comfortable with
if
yourself.
you're gonna come to me with your needs and we're in a relationship where I feel like we need to be meeting each other's needs, then okay.
All right, Cicely.
Okay.
Finger in the butt.
How do you think it'll make you feel while doing
I
it?
don't know. I'm very aggressive and dominant sometimes, so
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
She gonna be give me the minute.
Yeah, time for
Give me
like-
two,
Don't
nigga.
give me a lot of power with
Hey,
the
Mike,
situation.
you ready?
Exactly.
Are you crying and shit?
So I don't know.
So when you
Hypothetical
done,
person
do you
on the
say
side.
go
We
cook
get
me
the
something
business
to eat?
though.
What?
When you get done, you like go cook me something to eat.
Yeah, make me a
I don't even
sandwich.
say that.
Yeah,
I ain't
now.
gonna say sandwich. I ain't gonna say cook me something to eat. I ain't gonna ask for
I'm
a
asking
full
for a
cooked meal.
sandwich.
Chop me some veggies, fine. You
Put
know?
some grits on the stove, nigga.
Yeah.
Make me some ramen.
Would
So do
I mean,
so would that change outside of the bedroom how you treat him?
Well,
It shouldn't.
No. Because
I would think it would add one more layer to y'all's
No.
sexual relationship.
Well, I know like certain when you be on a certain level with somebody, certain things you do differently for them. You know, like you might be a little bit nicer to them because they know what they're doing. This nigga don't know what he doing. Then you but I ain't doing that.
If
Like,
the sex
you
is
know what I'm
trash,
saying?
you're not willing to compromise.
You're not.
You
Yeah,
ain't
you don't
willing
want to do nothing.
Yeah.
is very true.
But definitely, but it's like I feel like women who probably do that, they probably can get their men to do some things that they probably wouldn't necessarily do because he knows that she the only one that do that. So
yeah, one of my favorite comedians says getting married is literally sexually liberating because you have this person and it's like fuck it, I literally do whatever you want. This is what we got married for. He's like, I don't care. You can what do you say? You can melt butter and spit it in my butthole, like you know, like. And I hope to get to that level one day.
No, that'd be dope. Where you can be that comfortable with someone to just we can try anything we want.
I will attest to that. Like complete vulnerability in the bedroom is the best sex, let alone feeling you will ever have in your entire life. When you don't feel like you gotta reserve yourself or compartmentalize your desires.
And that comes when you're in a I'll say if you definitely know you're in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Very true.
Jess, would you do that to your partner?
She was the first one to say yes.
I didn't hear her.
I will also preface that by saying pretty much anything. I'm all for it. If we're both healthy and happy, then by all means.
Absolutely.
If that's what they want, I'm willing to explore. At least try it so I can say that's not for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And then when people be like, well, it's for me. And
well, then sometimes
if we're both
does that mean you
down
got to do it now after, even if you don't want to?
if we're both down, if
I think it would be that thing where you sometimes do something that's only
like a special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and also like that your partner will get the main satisfaction from, but you would just get satisfaction from seeing them satisfied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't be down at all.
I don't want to do that. I don't want it in my ass.
It's so nice.
I don't want it in my ass, and I'm not putting it in nobody
I don't
else's
want to do that.
It's not for me,
It's not your finger?
No, I'm not.
This ain't it.
Okay, all right.
And that's fine.
I'm just off
That's
limits.
fine.
It's my off limits. Some people they have no limits, and you can do any and everything for
No,
them.
you have
But
boundaries.
me, I have boundaries, and those are just one of my.
And that's fine.
And
you
just
know you
not-
have them and you articulate them. Some people don't do that.
Just no
And that's an
boundaries
issue.
on the time. That's all. That's fine.
No boundaries.
I always
2 hours.
I always voice what I like and what I don't like, so that way we don't have to be doing all this guessing. I'll just let you know up front. Don't do that again. Thank you. And we just gonna keep going.
Okay, well, I say
And
shit.
then if you do it
No,
again,
I'm
I'll be
sorry.
like,
Like, I
and
didn't like
he
that
understand, and
tone.
I'll be like, I hate it.
I hate
So when
it.
you use that hate word, then he already know not to
I've
come
never
in
heard
again.
you saying stuff that will hurt my heart about her.
Literally.
I hate it.
I'm in you. I just shriveled up and died.
If somebody do something and it feels so aggravating, you're like, all right, man, don't do that, man. Come on. Like, and then you keep going, and then they try it again, and you be like, tell not this, tell this.
No, that's
I
crazy.
don't do that again. So sometimes you have to use certain words so they'll know how
What
strongly
did
you
you
feel
say?
about it.
You need. What did you tell
I
am no
choose-
filter. Like we gotta choose better partners.
Yeah, you gotta choose better partners. Because the first time, there shouldn't be no after the first time. Like, what do you mean?
You hard headed. Like,
You hard-headed.
Like, what do you mean?
Pop him on the forehead. Stop.
All right, so we got a little bit of extra
But
time.
sometimes you have to let people know you don't like something, though.
So we got a little bit of extra time. We're gonna get to these extra questions, and then if anybody in the chat, in the live chat, wants to chime in, we'll answer some of those questions as well. So one of the other questions was: Is it honestly possible to have sex without catching feelings?
Yes.
yes.
When it's such a spiritual act.
Good sex? Consistent.
That's where I
Yes,
have the problem.
Really great sex.
Yes.
I haven't been
It's
there.
Most
so
of the time
I
when I
don't
have
know.
sex without feelings, it's pretty deep, pretty bad for the most part.
I was about to say, I've never had really great sex consistently and then didn't want to end up being with that.
Well, sometimes you just have to overlook
Or vice
this
versa.
person. Like, do you like, especially if you know you don't want to be with them or you don't really see a future with them, it's easier to not have a connection or have feelings for that person. But y'all cool, y'all love each other. If they get hurt or you know they get in an accident or something like that, you know you'll probably be there supportive wise. But as far as being in a relationship, you're not, and then you know they probably could break your heart. You're not gonna put your heart in something like that if they don't told you up front what they about or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, this is the fucking worst. Do you require your partner to use a condom while giving him oral?
Well, you say a partner, so if between a partner or in a relationship, if you're in a relationship, you're not
No,
gonna
let's say in general.
I do. I use condoms when I give oral. but I get the skin kind, so it feels like skin. And
Yeah.
they always say to me, "Done, you sure this thing going?" And you have to check, and then they be like, "Oh shoot, it is." And I'm like, "I told you." You get the wrong ones, the ones that taste nasty.
Which ones to get?
Skin Lifestyle.
Okay, she
baby.
put me on these condoms.
Oh yeah.
And,
Them no
and
fun,
don't
but-
sleep on Lifestyle because it is for
They got
all sizes.
Yeah, they got
Like big boy, little boy, they can fit the same one because it's a different
Don't talk
material.
Oh, you
that
little
this-
boys out there.
It's a different material that this condom is made out of. It's not. It doesn't feel like a regular condom, and it's kind of
It's ghost kids.
slippery, slidey. You know.
That's
If she got all that going on, you know what I'm saying. So it's good.
So like I said, you put me onto the skin condoms. They do feel good, but I can't imagine like having oral sex with it on. Like, I
You
can't
haven't got
imagine.
oral sex with it on yet?
No, like when you have a man with and do oral sex with him with the condom, that condom on, they enjoy it.
Yeah, they enjoy it.
No, I've never had sex, but never had
So what are
gotten
men
head with a
supposed to
condom
do
on.
when we
Period.
give oral sex?
What?
Is there some kind of protection?
They're called
yeah.
dental dams.
I'm being for real. Yeah.
No, yes.
Oh yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
Jazz
so
knows the
okay.
technical
It's-
term. I was like, they're female condoms. What are you?
So is that the female condom you're talking about?
Female condom would be for penetrative sex. If you're having oral and you want a protective barrier, it would be called a dental dam. So it's like
It's a red wrap.
basically.
Is that basically what it is?
I use baking sheets.
Sure. Yeah. It's a sheet. No, please don't.
Baking
Please
sheets?
don't put saran wrap and baking sheets on the pussy. Don't do that.
Okay.
It's
I'll stop.
specifically.
You gonna feel everything, girl.
We put this pan on there real quick.
That's a yeast infection.
Does anybody else do this?
No, I've never heard of condoms for oral sex.
But so you're in a relationship though. So
I was about to say I haven't been out there, and I have given oral sex. I
now,
can't count.
now the old school
They don't
way
even
of doing
count
them
cover
condoms,
one
you
hand.
can't do that. But them lifestyle, you definitely can do it, and they
I
get
don't-
the feel.
And see, whatever. I like these vegan condoms called Glide. Have you guys ever heard of those? Yeah, and it's GLYDE, and they're vegan. I think you can only
Organic
order
hemp
them
condom.
because all those other ones,
Organic
like they have
condom.
stuff on them that'll like knock us out of
Cruelty-free
whack.
condom.
and-
Fair trade condoms.
But I love those. I love those.
Okay, I ain't never heard the glide. We gonna check that.
Yeah, I ain't heard that one either.
All right. What is the purpose? Oh, I think this person was in here a second ago, but I saw dig in here.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
What is the purpose of asking your partner their body count? Let's first off say, do any of y'all ask that whenever y'all get into a relationship or get involved with somebody?
I hate that question.
No, that's would you do that when you're younger?
What
Yeah.
about you, Jen? No,
Mm-mm.
that's not your jam.
No, I ask different questions to kind of gauge what's your level of experience, but I don't care about your body count.
I feel
I
like
think guys just ask that, and then sometimes a lot of fuckboys just ask stuff like that because they just want to be able to probably make you feel bad later.
Exactly.
Oh, you had sex with 12 guys.
slut
Like, you
shaming.
know, wow. Nigga, you fuck me too. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like some men just like to do that just so they can always feel like they can make some women feel certain types of ways
Exactly.
about
Judging
them.
women.
And knowing that they probably don't have about 80, 90, or 100. Like, don't come for me. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So I stopped counting a long time ago.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So there is no number that should make anybody feel like they've been out here.
I mean,
If you're secure in yourself, no.
it's not.
But people do feel a way about certain numbers, yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say the only reason why I care about numbers are personally because those people have a piece of you. So every time, even if it's 10 years from now, it's like you can feel them in the same room, even if you don't necessarily
Ooh, you on a
know.
deeper level. I
Like,
get you saying.
because they still have that piece. Like they still have it 10 years, 20 years from now. So that's my only thing. I don't want a lot of pieces of me out there, but I don't think
Yeah.
the body count actually
Even in
matters.
sex with like no feelings, they have a piece of you too.
Yeah, if we've had sex, you have a piece
So what
of
is your belief on the act of sex, like this peace thing? You feel like they take explain that for me.
I don't
It's
know
spiritual.
how to explain it. Like you just feel it. Like
you
even-
don't let demons in your body.
like when you having sex is intimate.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're having sex with someone, it's like they take a piece of your energy and they now have that forever. So
Do you believe this is true for women and men?
I don't know about men.
Why you
I don't
know?
know because I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say it like that, express
My
anything
honey
like
pie.
that.
My honey pie thinks like that.
Yeah.
I didn't start thinking like that until I was basically in my mid-20s not too long ago. I was like, fuck it. I want to fuck it, I'm gonna fuck it. That was it.
Mhm.
But I've gotten that
You
understanding.
didn't believe in the actual energy exchange.
Now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was younger,
Yeah, the older you get, you
I
just
did
be
that.
like, yeah, time for this no more. Like you'll cut a nigga off real quick. When you was younger, you might stay around for more longer than he actually needed to be around. And then the whole time you keep him around, you know you shouldn't be there. You're sad, you're depressed, and you're just like, girl, like you ain't got time for this. And then the older you get, you see those things starting to play out again, and you know where to stop it at. You just like, listen, I'm not going out the door. I did this shit when I was like 18, 19 years old. Like I'm too grown for this. Like bye. And because like sometimes you just don't want certain energies in your life because you realize they will rub off on you. You're not gonna make you an evil person because they're evil, but you know that energy you just got to sit there and think about. I laid this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like you don't want to be thinking about it and all his baggage he got going on and problems in his life and stuff like that.
Even if y'all not in a relationship, sometimes it's just a lot more trouble than it's worth.
Mhm.
Like, you can still come and go as you please. You ain't gotta check up on him. He ain't gotta check on you. But just their situation or whatever they got going on, and the reason that you don't even want to be with them, it's a lot more trouble than it's actually worth.
Yeah. So sometimes it's just better. Sometimes you just take a break and just enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we got time for I guess one or two more questions. Did we ask this one earlier, Mike? The shortest, longest. What is the shortest?
Well, we didn't act like that now. We
Okay.
just-
What is
Veronica
the
just
shortest
said-
or longest sex session you've had? My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Um,
And what were the advantages and disadvantages to both?
Remember this advantage to short.
Yeah, how'd you know? What?
Go ahead.
What did you say?
She was getting sleep. I had to wake her up.
Yeah, we're on something else.
You didn't think about the body. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that one time we did a whole episode of CSI.
Jonesy said,
It's NCIS. Thank you very much.
Jonesy said he's always believed in the energy exchange. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, what's the longest and shortest sessions y'all had, and what are the advantages and disadvantages? We know Veronica's minimum.
Veronica's
2
been
hours.
6 hours. She did it through all the Harry Potter movies.
Right. Voldemort came and went.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Oh goddamn.
Well, the shortest, as soon as they had got in there. So
Wow.
I was upset because I had an orange condom that day, and that's my favorite color. So I was real upset.
I use my home
Low
condom
key.
on you, nigga.
I was like, sorry, you know.
Oh, I have to think of the timing of this event. Okay, so homeboy was going down. That lasted out, I'd say like 10 minutes or so. And I guess it was so small I couldn't even feel it.
Oh boy.
And
Yeah, I had one of those.
it was less than a minute.
Yep, take a sip of it.
Dead ass, less than a minute.
So he was small and it was quick.
And
It's like a little rocket.
he got up
She never shot
and
off.
he went into the
Well, he shot off.
restroom,
He shot all the way
and
up.
I was like,
what happened?
"Is it over?"
Is he-
I
Are
literally
we
just
ready?
got warmed up, and he was like, "Oh, I'm done."
So did you get somebody else to
Oh,
finish
I'm
the
done.
job? But did you get somebody else to
She
finish
made-
the
she
job
made
later
herself
that
so
night?
My mind was too blown, Veronica. I was
But
just like,
what did he really say when he was finished? Like, he was like, what?
I literally can't remember that far back, but I just remember and I was just like it was in a hotel. Like he paid to get a hotel, so
Man, when
you know
he
he
paid-
came.
Mike,
You know he came.
that
'cause
nigga got his
paid.
money work, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got his money work.
He got all the
That shit was horrible.
cacao. Ooh, yeah.
It was a body for no damn reason.
Did y'all
That
sleep?
was-
Did y'all sleep?
No,
in
God, I got the fuck out of there.
Did you
I was
actually
not-
like scream on him or anything? Or did you have attitude?
He called me like a couple days later, and we'll talk about it later. But he called me a couple days later, and we was talking, and he was like, "Do you think you could get used to my dick inside of you?" I was like, "Never." And then
Okay.
we never
You shot him down like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I respect it. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Very confused how you
Never.
be completely clueless. If you know you lasted 10 seconds in sex, and you try to spit some game like that.
Some people are oblivious.
Yeah.
I don't.
Literally.
I mean, he was.
and some people just are.
Yeah, like,
Everybody ain't as
recover from
blunt,
those.
and that's gonna tell
Shut-
you.
shut your
And
ass
that's
Tell
why
us how you
people be
recover from
going
those
so
kind of
long without
performances,
knowing
Never
that
been to
they
such a
just
performance.
horrible. I'm just like, if I was horrible, I don't care. Tell me I'm horrible. Please tell me.
That's
Cause I need to step my game up. You know what I'm
I only
saying?
had like one really bad
But I ain't heard that.
session from a woman. Because I can get me. But sometimes.
I was gonna say, I hear your name's like Sweet Dick Willie or something.
Sweet.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, that's just what I heard.
Just not gonna read a script. I heard they call you.
Did they make you just say that?
She's called Sweet Dick Willie.
Is that Willie?
William.
What about you, Jazz?
Similar to Veronica's, it's like they in and that was it.
Yeah, I don't even know if he even got the whole penetration.
It wasn't. No, just the tip.
It was a tip.
If that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, I had that effect on him.
I'm sure.
And you,
So
that
you
might
recorded
be
then?
it. That might be it.
So
Like,
did y'all also take it as a
I'm
compliment?
telling you, I
like,
can just peck him on his lips and he would just look. I'm not lying. I can just be like,
He's
and
like,
then he'd be like, oh my God.
hey, yeah, you be looking.
You don't know what happened?
I used to love that.
I mean,
I used to be like,
about
yes,
30 minutes.
I got that power.
That's power. That is power.
oh God.
Where you been?
Sometimes it's power.
That's a good
Sometimes
thing.
I'm over it.
Okay, so
But he wasn't like that all the time though.
Okay, so Veronica, we're not gonna ask you because we know your shit lasts forever. But what about the longest ones for y'all? And was it great or was it to where it got to a point that it was?
Oh my God.
It was just sufferable.
I mean, sometimes you have to be like, I'm done.
Veronica, you disqualified.
We have all of your answers. We have all
You
of your
disqualified. Your shit
Oh.
was 40 days.
It depends on who you with, now. It depends on who you with.
Go ahead.
What was the question?
What was the longest?
Yeah, what was y'all longest time and was it?
Y'all, my
Was
time
it
is
enjoyable?
45 minutes. Like, what do you
You never had sex more than 45 minutes.
Bro,
No,
when,
who
bro,
was
when I was
that?
younger, I
You
could
didn't even know if it was 45 minutes. Did you time it? Because I didn't time it.
No, it's like a show and a half or an hour show on Netflix, which is like 45 minutes.
I look at what time it is.
Like I'm sorry if you do it. Like I'm done. after
You
that.
firm on that.
Like I'm
That's
done
a
after that.
firm limit and boundary.
The feeling
Yeah.
of the time for sex.
Back when I didn't have no jobs to clock into. Or
She said
something.
There you go. See, that's what it is.
It was whatever.
It was
Back when the only thing you could do was
I was
read.
about to
That
say,
was
I
it.
haven't had a time like that ever in my life. Where I wouldn't work.
6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like on and
hours.
off, like in the bed, cuddling, back to penetration.
More like constant foreplay and then
Okay.
penetrative sex. Yeah.
See that? I can rock with
6
that.
hours.
That's a real thing.
I'm not doing that now.
Yeah.
Unless I'm on some kind of
Drugs.
yes.
Okay. Okay. If drugs are in the mix,
She
that's
said if
different.
drugs are in it.
You're right, because things can change that way. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
what person you will, you can't
Forgot
go
about
for a long time.
No.
No.
I'm tapping out. I am good.
I mean, you-
if
There's a
I
whole
do it
shit
more than
about,
3 times,
like,
I'm
legit.
good.
You gonna be spent.
You gonna be tired, but it's gonna be good tired.
I mean, if we gonna take a
I don't
carbohydrate
get
like
tired.
break or something,
You need a
So,
pre-workout.
you know what I'm saying? But like, no, I don't get tired.
We know you don't.
Kevin Gates don't get tired. Okay.
You
I
need a
got
little
two
drink on the
jobs.
nightstand, you know, for y'all refill on. But yeah, that's a real thing. Foreplay for however long, penetration. Y'all finish, y'all laid up for a minute, maybe fall asleep for a minute even, but wake up in the middle of the night, get back to it.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole
Let's
move.
do it.
But that
If you fall asleep, that's done fucking.
That's what we were saying. That's what we were saying. That's not what Veronica was saying. That's what we were saying. Let's take a hit.
I'm still at 45. And
I mean,
that's-
45 minutes is really good.
I know.
My shit when I was younger, it was probably like an hour and a half.
45 minutes is good.
And I'm sure my shit was like hurting by the end of it.
Oh, we already established. By the time men anyway, I don't know about women, but by the time you get to that third, fourth round, it's like, oh, this shit don't even
Third or
feel
fourth.
good no more. It's like a painful like
That's
Bro, your dick be throbbing.
you be throbbing.
It's probably a bit of both.
That should be a lot.
Oh, you got
We all
that?
sound like,
Like,
oh.
I mean,
got that hitty dick, you go for
45,
forever.
right? Yeah.
Oh my god.
We ain't with all that shit no more, man.
It was cute when I
Right.
like, oh, it's awesome to go forever. I'm just like, yo,
Yeah, I'm good.
I got you 30 minutes now, boo. Let's make this happen.
that's pristine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
He does excellent.
Yeah, everybody's saying drugs and sex can be a slippery slope.
Right.
That is, we should talk about on that in the next episode. We are running out of time, but we should definitely talk about it on the next one. How can that be? Because I have been in a relationship where we consensually both took drugs. Well, not drugs, but like got drunk.
Michael, you take drugs without me?
I've never.
No, he doesn't
Okay.
take drugs.
I have never
Way
had
back.
Oh my.
or drunk.
You was about to that night at that party when we had that. Yeah. So that's gonna be a whole nother
That's another story.
podcast. But yeah, we gotta because we are running late on time.
Yeah. So we do a thirst of the week and we do a Black business shout out. Mike, you guys, you lovely ladies, are the thirst of the week.
All y'all thirst of the week. Look at
Oh.
Veronica right here, Miss Jazz right there, Miss Cicely right there.
I want to touch because you can touch it from over there.
I'll touch myself.
All puns intended.
Thank y'all for like a wonderful. This
Yeah,
is
thank
exactly
you.
as good as we want.
This is exactly what we wanted. So we
so
want to thank y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want something done? Ask a Black woman.
There you go.
Exactly.
There
That's
you
the
go.
bottom
That
line.
part.
We would like y'all to please shout out y'all's Instagrams.
Yeah.
Any way that people can connect with you,
Super
if
fast.
you would like to be connected with.
I'm good,
I don't want
love,
nobody
enjoy.
Well, you don't want with a
You
business.
getting
the
shot
hairstylist.
down. I don't mix business and play.
There you go. Follow my honey at Anansi Rex, ANANSIREX.
Shout out to Nancy.
Follow him.
Shout out
He is
to
a part of what?
Moon Cricket.
Oh,
Crickets from the Moon on Instagram. Follow
I
him.
think I know him, but I don't know him. But I know him.
You should get to know.
You know
him.
his
Very
voice, yes.
I seen him.
I seen them,
Well, he performed at.
I haven't heard him live yet.
but he killed the house. He destroyed the house.
That thing was
That's
amazing.
how I met him.
Everybody just like fell over and died.
That was the best.
30 people died.
We want to thank the lovely Veronica for showing up with chest out. We want to thank the lovely Miss Jazz for joining us. Yeah, cultivated titties. We want to thank the lovely Miss
Is
Cicely.
that going to be the next flyer?
That should be cultivated titties.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, man, thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you, darling, for being amazing.
Thank you, Darwin.
Helping us
We're
through
going to
this.
shout you out in the credits
When
we get some credit.
we're doing a whole. When we get some money, but we will help you out.
Can we get some money?
Hey, this guy I went to elementary school with his wife.
What's up, elementary school, homie?
I was gonna say, I haven't seen anything.
I want to go back and look at these comments.
People start coming up. Y'all
I
came in
know we
late.
really
Tim
did
and
not
Jones.
engage with the audience today.
But thank y'all for
Like,
joining us. I
hey.
love y'all.
Y'all didn't take no audience questions.
No, I thought we was
I asked
I
the
didn't
audience.
question.
People just watching for like a long time,
Yeah.
and then at the end, everybody just want to go in, announce it with the weird emojis.
Yeah.
Then everybody came in with the stuff at the end. So we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's gonna be more interactive like next time. If y'all come early. But anyway,
All right, peace. Thank
love
y'all.
y'all. Thank
Have a
y'all.
great week.
Stay awesome.
So what's
Darwin,
up?
did you end it yet?
Are we
No,
out?
I didn't.
Why you?
Awkward
So how about this?